What's good, y'all? Y'all come on in and double tap the stream. It's one of them dark lives, and it's dark for a reason. The lights keep going off here. Um, you know, I am in West Palm Beach, but for whatever reason, the lights keep going off. They're on for a little bit right now, so I'm just charging up my phone while I can. I do have Storm ready. What's going on? How you doing, Daniel? Y'all make sure y'all double tap that like button. What's going on, YouTube? So yes, I'm here and you know, lights keep going off. I think probably I've seen it happen like this before. You probably can hear the wind gushing in the background right now, and so if you listen, you can probably hear the wind even from outside. What's going on, Tanya? Y'all up late? You know? Yeah. So the lights going on and off, and so one of my family members called me that live near, and they told me that they heard a transformer blow. So I'm hoping that my transformer, whatever I'm on, don't go out. And I do have coolers ready. I've been preparing. What I'm saying, I had to do a lot of work yesterday as far as like making sure there's no debris around the house and things like that. And, you know, the one of the main things I would just say to people, make sure that you have a flashlight. Like get one of those battery packs. Generators are cool, but especially for charging your phone. I mean, I have my truck. I can go out there and charge it in the truck. You know what I'm saying? But like have it in near and dear. And also I have Xfinity Wi-Fi, so I have the Storm Ready thing. So the Storm Ready, um, it really comes in handy because when the regular internet went out, because I was on the computer, I was trying to like do trying to do edit a video upload, and it got knocked off. What I'm saying, right in the middle of like me editing like a little video I was doing for y'all, and so I was just so my phone was still connected to Wi-Fi. Xfinity has Storm Ready, and it is a big plus. Like, and it's like free. You actually get like your Wi-Fi. Like I think it like the internet, whatever it is, it goes down. So like I was paying more money before. So like since I got the Storm Ready thing, I actually paid less than when I was paying before. Plus, I have a Storm Ready backup. I think it lasts about 16 hours. So whenever the power's off, so that's good. So if there's cell towers down, um, or anything like that, we can have access to the Wi-Fi. How it works is you got to keep it near the window. So you got to have it near the window so that the satellite. So satellite. Comcast have satellites, and so it's beamed towards a satellite sends the signal to the little thing, and then it gives you Wi-Fi in your house. So if your cell phone service is out or whatever, which I doubt that will happen, but it's always good to have your a stronger version of internet. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, and also for as ice, what you want to do, I have a deep freezer. So I put 2 gallons of water, what I'm saying, in the deep freezer for ice, because ice is going to be like a limited thing, especially like during a storm. So what happened usually, because I worked in distribution most of my life, and I worked for a beverage company too. So, um, and I worked for Sam's Club when I first started working. So like when I was a young buck, worked for Sam's Club, and I seen people literally fighting in the parking lots over ice. Fighting over ice when it's really really bad. And fortunately, the storm when it hit, it didn't really hit the hype. It really didn't live up to the hype. They was talking about it's gonna be like almost a Category 6, and they said the same thing about Hurricane Ivan and stuff like that. It came along and it weakened, it weakened a little bit before it hit Tampa. But I'm not there to see what's going on in Tampa. But I saw on the news it was a Category 2. Category 2s ain't really that. It ain't really that rough. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be that. It ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've survived hurricanes without even putting up shelters that was like Category 2/3. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not telling nobody to go against caution. But when that thing hit, like them hurricanes come and it's like 100 miles an hour plus, which is like a Category 2. Um, I'll say about 120. Yeah, you got a problem on your hands. You know what I'm saying? That's a high three, I think. You know, 3 and 4. Yeah, you got to definitely buckle down. Um, and the thing about it, most of the rich people live on the barrier islands and near the coast anyway. I live very close near the coast, but I actually live on a hill. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got to worry about no storm surge, flooding, or any of that. Like, it never floods where I live because I actually live on it. It's the only natural hill ridge in Florida. So it never floods where I live. You know. What's going on, Robin Williams? What's going on with y'all? Y'all tap that like button. I'm like, man, y'all being stingy with the like button. Man, I'm out here reporting in the dark, 3, 4 in the morning for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to enjoy the little bit of AC I got left before it completely shuts off because of the power flickering on and off. And it can get nasty. So y'all give me a like button, man. You hit the like. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, man. Don't short me. You know. Yeah, that's not good. Transformers blowing. And the problem right now, like, um, one of my family members, they work for the power company, and they're out of town. They're in Georgia right now because of that last hurricane. So all the resources mainly are in Georgia because of that hurricane that hit uh, Georgia like a week or two ago. So they up there like trying to fix power lines in Georgia right now. So a lot of those people that are local here, they're gonna be they short on resources as far as manpower. You know, so it ain't pretty. So like the thing is, if your power go out in Florida right now, you might have to wait. You know, like the winds here are not that bad. So um, and also I was part of a project a couple of years ago. This one job I was doing. The Ron DeSantis signing a bill. I think the program was supposed to end in 2033. I don't know if it's 30 years or it's 33 years or it's supposed to end in 2033. But they're supposed to, in Florida, put all utilities underground. The first thing they're doing is putting all the power lines underground. For example, the first place they started in Palm Beach County was where Donald Trump lives. So that made it where I did go to Mar-a-Lago a few times. So I actually been to Mar-a-Lago probably like 5 times. You know what I'm saying? I had access to go there, um, you know, to survey the grounds when I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? And every time it's the same thing. So once you know where everything is that. But they had to put all those power lines underground. And I know they were still working on that project. Most of it may be done by now on that island, but that was the first place they started. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, once you go to Palm Beach now, you might not see any power poles or anything like that because they're putting the phone lines. AT&T has fiber. Yeah, I think AT&T has fiber over there, and of course the sewer is underground. Gas is underground, definitely. Gas is always underground, and the only thing that was putting underground was the AT&T fiber and the power, the electric companies was doing that, and so that was a real big project when I was working on that, and so I pretty much got to see the whole island because of that job. Like I saw all the houses. I saw one house in Palm Beach that was humongous, and it was this billionaire, looked like Jeff Bezos, was sitting on the lawn. When I pulled up, what I'm saying, because they really couldn't do nothing until I got there. What I'm saying, to survey the grounds because they got to make sure where everything is, and so the guy was waiting on me to get there, and he was like, "Yeah, well, it doesn't matter about you know, the pavement. It doesn't matter about this. It don't matter about like he had this driveway that was made of like coral, made from a coral reef. It looked like you could tell it was expensive as hell, and the house was immaculate. Like the house was beautiful. And he said, "Don't worry about it, because we're gonna tear this whole thing out. Everything you see has been torn out." And the house had to be, at least at that time, it was in perfect condition. It was brand new. It looked like it wasn't even 10 years old, and they completely demolished that house. You know what I'm saying? Like demolished the house, actually dug a hole in the ground, and then rebuild it. Then rebuilt another home there. You know what I'm saying? So people over there have a lot of ridiculous wealth. But yeah. So in Florida, about 33 years from now, I think it is, the plan is to have all power underground, cable. Yeah, because you got cable, Comcast, AT&T, and electric. You know what I'm saying? All those utilities supposed to be underground. So when we get storms again, in the future, because global warming is a thing, you know what I'm saying? In the future, power outages will be a thing of the past. So like maybe 33 years from now in Florida, power outages going without internet will be a thing of the past. So you'll be fully able to like watch TV while there's a category 5 out there. You know what I mean? And I did learn a lot about, um, far as one of the best things you can do if you're in Florida or if you're like in a hurricane alley or whatever, um, get get gas. You know what I'm saying? You know, get gas. The reason why, because if you get gas doing like right now, if you got gas doing a hurricane, gas is extremely cheap, right? In Florida, it doesn't get cold like that. So the gas bill is always like $15 or something like that for most people. It's just like them cook. They just cook with the gas. But during the hurricanes right now, what a lot of people, when I was visiting a lot of these homes, there's one old white dude. He pulled me to the side. He was telling me like, yeah, he showed me his gas generator. What's going on? Oh yeah, I appreciate you, Mama Bear Jazz 30380 08 2000. I appreciate you too. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe. You know, I appreciate you too, and I appreciate you telling me to keep my head up. Yeah, I looked at my thing today. I was like, I got a lot of new subscribers today, and I was like, wow, out of the blue. I don't know what sparked that. So, yeah, shout out to all the new people that's coming through, and shout out to YouTube in general. But yeah, get you so like a gas generator, and the thing about the gas company has a lot of deals. So if you're a gas customer, you get a gas powered almost everything. Like gas power is something that a lot of us don't even know about, especially if you live in the South, like you live in Florida. So because right now most people have their power lines above ground on the power poles. This one guy, he lived in that area where they're not going to work on power lines for a long time, but he was telling me he was working on something else. But he was saying that um, him and his wife, you know what I'm saying, every time a hurricane come, it's nothing to them because they got hot water. They always have hot water, and they always have power because they got a gas powered generator. And I said that must cost a lot. He said it does, but because he is a customer with the gas company, he got this huge rebate, and he ended up paying like maybe like I think it was like $400, but the generator was like worth 2,000, and it powered his whole home. It wasn't like one of them little generators where you put a plug in. Nah, it powered his whole home. He showed me the thing. You know what I mean? Like he can totally run his home off gas power, and it doesn't make like noise like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you would never even know that he got like you never know like damn his power on. So and that's another hack too. You know what I mean? Um, that's another hack for power. But also like right now I have all of my battery packs charged. You know what I'm saying? I could go, but I like to have stuff local to me. You know what I mean? If I'm in the house, I can, and plus the battery packs they can charge my laptop. I still will have Wi-Fi, when needed because of the Storm Ready, like I told y'all earlier. And if y'all just coming in, Storm Ready is a program with Xfinity that if your power goes out and you know, the internet lines are cut, Storm Ready is a modem that is powered by a satellite in space that shoots a beam down and gives you Wi-Fi in your home. You know what I mean? And I think it lasts about 16 hours. I'm not sure. It probably could last 24 hours. I don't know how long it would last. I forgot. But it's supposed to last a long time. And, you know, how I work that is like if I needed the Wi-Fi, I just like, if I need to be on the internet, I'll just like, okay, cool. Let me go ahead and unplug the Storm Ready because you can unplug it. You can take the battery out and then put it in and out as needed. You know what I'm saying? So you have 16 hours like that. And it doesn't take long for it to charge the battery too. That's another good thing. You know what I mean? And if you have Comcast or Xfinity, you can ask your Comcast provider to introduce you to Storm Ready if you get dealing with hurricanes or power outages in general. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really, you know, it's really, really a slick thing. It's really, really a slick thing. Y'all make sure y'all double tap that like button. I appreciate it. So, um, if you have Comcast, look into the Storm Ready thing. If you have now AT&T, I don't know anything about how that works. Um, but I'm gonna tell you the reason why I like Xfinity is because what AT&T doesn't do, AT&T they don't give you the perks like Xfinity does. Because like if you have Xfinity, you can go to somebody else's house that has Xfinity and you don't have to ask for their Wi-Fi. Because the Xfinity, if you have an Xfinity account, the Xfinity Wi-Fi that they have in their house, it has an Xfinity Wi-Fi broadcasting from their router. And you could just go in there and basically, hey, you got internet, you ain't gotta ask them. You feel me? And then like you go to grocery stores, a lot of different places. Sometimes I'll be in Publix, and I'm on the Xfinity Wi-Fi because they must use Xfinity. and a lot of other places. So the internet is convenient, and there's a lot of apps and things that you can't use unless you're on Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? So like if you want to download a video to your phone from YouTube, if you got YouTube Premium, you can use that. But yeah, so yeah, that's good. And like if you're dealing with, see, the thing is when you're dealing with hurricanes and things like that, you may be in spaces where a cell tower is knocked out, right? But somebody in the community may have Xfinity, and I've been there. I've been there. You know, when I worked on the island of Palm Beach, the island of Palm Beach where Donald Trump lives, they have the worst cell service over there. You cannot even make a phone call a lot of times on that island. Like you could barely make a phone call. The only way that you can make a phone call efficiently is through Wi-Fi. So like in spaces like that, it comes in handy. You know what I'm saying? Because Palm Beach is an island. It's an intercoastal island, and because of that, it's high real estate over there. People like Sylvester Stallone has a house. So I got a video of Sylvester Stallone in my short. You know what I'm saying? Ran into him at Publix. You know what I mean? Um, I ran into him at the Publix over there. You know what I mean? So, um, that's why that's why I do like Xfinity, because Xfinity, when I was working over there, I had AT&T, I had Verizon. I switched from Verizon to AT&T. I had tried even doing another cell service or whatever, and the reception's bad. And because the real estate is so high, they don't have cell towers on the island, so you just out of gas a lot of times. And they have these big ass mansions that are like big body masses or whatever of concrete and metal. You know what I'm saying? It's blocking signals, so you ain't getting reception on half the time that you're over there. You know what I mean? And when it comes down to that, like, same thing with these storms. So that's why I choose Xfinity. And the Storm Ready program, you actually, it's been good because it dropped my cell phone, not my cell phone, but my Wi-Fi bill from like $140 to like now it's like 115. You know what I'm saying? So like it took about what, $35 off. You feel me? It's the same internet, and they upgraded the internet. My internet speed is higher now, so it's crazy about that. So right now I got my coolers ready just in case. Um, I got the ice already being made. The ice is already made. We got the ice made. That's already in the freezer, already in the deep freezer, and you know, and a few dry goods and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Dry goods, some food. I don't imagine it, just because it's only like light, but the main thing is like the power. When that power go off, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with your food? What are you gonna do with the food in your freezer? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you may have more food in your freezer and deep. Because I have a freezer and a deep freezer, so we got more food really in that than we got in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? And if that freezer go bad, like what are you gonna do? Just out of gas. Yeah, it says a blessing, no flooding. Yeah, yeah, it's a blessing. So like where I live at is really the oldest part of West Palm Beach, and the old timers they purposely built the first part of West Palm Beach on a hill. It's a hill ridge rather, so it never floods in this area. Said Fort Myers winds get up to 110 miles an hour. Yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine that. But see, 110 miles an hour, that's bad. That could do a lot of damage. But what's scary is a cat 4 coming over you. You know, a category 4, that's scary. Category 4 would be like shaking your. Category 4 actually, I was in a category 4, and I swear I felt me and my father. This was like 2004. Me and my father was my all my other family members left. You know, we wanted to make sure that we stuck it out. You know, to protect the house, or whatever. And we swear, both of us, we felt the house move. Okay, that a cat 4 will move your house. You know what I'm saying? A cat 4 is dead serious. A cat 4 is like you walk outside. My neighbor, like, cause the thing is, the wind will be born. It won't blow like at an angle down. Or it can do that, but when the cat 4 came, it was come blowing directly from the west to the east. So I had a front porch. You know what I'm saying? That was towards the east, right? So you could literally walk outside during the hurricane. You can walk outside in a hurricane, because like all the air is blowing on one side of the building, and it's like you feel like the building kind of like you feel it shifting sometimes. Like the building is fighting to stay together. And I walked outside. I looked at my. It just so happened I caught it with my own eyes. My neighbor's roof. He had a 2-story building. It's an old guy, old retired sheriff dude, and the fucking roof was like a flat top roof, and it ripped off like God put his hand down and just ripped off a can. You know what I'm saying? Like just, or like with a can, not a can opener, like another little thing that you pop it up on a can and you just rip it off. That's how it just came off. Like somebody just straight ripped that roof completely off, like in like a second. You know what I'm saying? In a second, it was like devastation. You know what I mean? And um, that was Hurricane Frances, and then Hurricane Jeanne came right behind it, and we didn't have power for almost like 6 weeks. That was miserable. Like, and back then I was working for Sam's Club, and I seen people fighting for ice. Like people go that long without having like cool water or the AC. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, and that's where like living in condominiums and apartments goes really left in the South, because you can't like go outside and barbecue and all that. You gotta follow all the rules and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, I was like lived where I always had a yard. You know what I'm saying? Yard and a lot of privacy. You know, um, and barbecue grills. Um, like you could do a lot of things. Like have a barbecue grill. Hey, get a big pot of water, sit it on the barbecue grill. Get you some hot water. Run, you may have your bath. Now you got a hot bath. And another hack is too, a gym membership goes a long way during a hurricane. For whatever reason, they turned the gyms. They're always in plazas, so they like what the power company does. They love to get the businesses running, and most gyms in the South are always in plazas where there's a lot of like, you got like if you like we got one gym. It's like got Panera Bread, Lens Crafters, T-Mobile, all that big money, Home Depot. So Home Depot is right there on the same grid as my gym. So if you want a hot shower, you know what I mean, the gym is gonna be the spot that you want to go to. You know what I'm saying? During a hurricane, if you're going through like a long time without like power, and I've been there for 6 weeks. It was like we was living like ancient people. You know what I mean? And um, like we ate barbecue. Shit, I think one of my family members got so good with the barbecue grill was like even like baked a cake on the motherfucking, excuse me, but like baking a cake on the barbecue grill, man. You know, but we had the gas like, so we got a gas stove. Like my brother is a big barbecue grill. He's what you call a grill master. So I can't cook barbecue to save my life, but with him, he can cook anything as far as like outside. You know what I mean? Like he could cook anything, and he owns like big ass barbecue grills, all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Biff? What's going on with you? I said, get your prep on. People crazy as okay. Hi, Octavius Mods chats. I hope y'all are doing well. Yeah, we doing. I'm doing okay as far as the hurricane. Um, I'm just concerned because like all the power people, all the linemen for the power company, most of them are up. Because my brother, he worked along with them. You know what I'm saying? And so he in Georgia right now. So, and I'm like, they're the people that get our power going. When it's down. So they in Georgia, and so we live in an area that ain't gonna be heavily impacted. You know, but like transformers are popping and busting. We heard one go bad tonight. My power came back on for the time being, but it was out for a while. And so I make sure all my stuff is being charged. You know what I mean? And like I was just telling everybody, like I feel you gotta feel sorry for people that go through like it's summertime, right? It's summertime. A lot of people don't know what it's like to live without AC. In 2004, during Hurricane Frances and Jeanne, I've seen people literally go crazy because they couldn't go without being in the AC. You know what I'm saying? And it's like South Florida. Like once this hurricane move, it's gonna probably be like 98 degrees on Monday, and then people gonna be like without power for the next 5 weeks. You know how nasty that condition is. Like going in your house, it's 98 degrees, and then jobs are gonna be shut down, school is gonna be shut down, kids are gonna be home. You know what I mean? For a little bit. In certain areas where it's really bad, and you know, it could get really funky really quick. You know. Luckily, the house that I have is like designed for like um air, like outside air to come in, so the ventilation is perfect. You know what I mean? But somehow some these newer houses, they're not designed like that no more. You know what I'm saying? They're not designed for open air to come in the house. You know what I'm saying? If need be, they're built for central air. Period. You know what I mean? And those walls are beginning to sweat. It's not say like you're in a house. It's 98 degrees. You don't have ventilation in your house. The ventilation was designed with the AC running, right? And then the walls are gonna start sweating. You know what I mean? Those kids are gonna be bouncing around, and then one of the kids done left the damn door open. Now it's the south. Mosquitoes come in the house because they smell sweat. You know what I'm saying? See, it's just like so many caveats that take place when you in modern society. So like I feel the people who got it bad are people that live in condominiums with no power and apartments, like certain type of apartments with no power. They're gonna be like stuck. They're gonna be stuck, you know, because it's like, and then the worst part of it, like when you go without power in a hurricane, is that you'll be like laying there, and I remember it was torture. Like it's pitch black. It's pitch black. All you gotta do is have like one kid in the family that done got bored, and he done left that damn door open for like 5 minutes, and you in your room, and you're trying to sleep, and you know, the mosquito done came in your house. All it takes like maybe like three of them to come in your house, and they'll torture you all night, and you can't see them. You can't see them. And then you'll look, and you'll just see blackness. You look outside, you'll see blackness. There's no street lights. There is nothing. All you'll see is the sky illuminated from the moon. That's it. Like, a lot of people haven't really seen pure darkness, like without like city lights in the far. Like, at one point here, when it was nighttime, during that time when the hurricane came, and I know it's like this in certain areas where the power is out, you're gonna just see complete darkness, complete blackness, and you'll be in your room, you know, and you can't see nothing. You don't, like, especially like a weekend, so you can use your little power brick. You done charged it up, and it can charge your cell phone 4 times. Okay, cool. Has a little flashlight. I got one of those. It costs about $35. I thought they call it a Garmin or something like that. That's a pretty good brand, and the one I've had for years, and it's held me down for a long time. But I have a few of them around here, so all of them charging right now. So that's cool. But when it'll be so dark. You want to, like, let me go down the street and do something or whatever, or let me go to my car at night. You'll walk outside. It's so black that you can't basically make it to your car without your cell phone or a light. I mean, it'd be dark as fuck. Yeah, I said the heat, dungeon fever. Yeah, it's like from like like I remember like Jack Cousteau, not Jack Cousteau, but like those explorers used to be writing in their journal about like being in the bush in Africa and all that kind of stuff, and they got malaria and all that kind of shit. It's like it'd be like that because when that power's off, like you don't understand. Modern society is based off electricity, period. You know what I mean? They said a computer, nah. The computer needs electricity. Everything needs electricity. When that electricity is out, you're out of gas, bro. You're out of gas. And I don't mean out of gas, out of gas. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button for me, please. I'm up here entertaining y'all, telling all of my war stories and my torture and pain. You know what I mean? If you ain't hitting the Cash App, or you ain't hitting the Cash App, and if you ain't hitting the Super Chat, you can appreciate me just by hitting the like button. We'll get back to the war stories. You know what I mean? But yeah. And then another thing is when the power's completely out in a hurricane, what tends to happen is thieves will start roaming. They'll start roaming the streets, and you gotta be careful because somebody literally. That's the first time I think somebody ever tried to like burglarize my home. Was during a storm. You know, way back then, and I came outside. I had a samurai sword. I had a samurai sword and a gun. You know what I'm saying? I had a samurai sword and a 45, a 1911 Sig. You know what I'm saying? So I was gonna protect mine. You know what I mean? And it like, cause the thing is, it's dangerous because all this security stuff like is based off. Like nowadays, they got stuff that got this own power, you know what I mean? It got batteries and stuff like that. But imagine, being like in a situation for a week. Them batteries done burned out. There's basically no Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? Now they got different things now for Wi-Fi now. Like I talked about storm ready, but it only gonna last for like a day. It's only gonna last for a day. So the security systems are busted. They don't have power. And then like these robbers and thieves, they know that. And so what you gotta do, and then like there's been people. I'm gonna tell you how nasty people will be during hurricanes. Now this is the nastiest low down shit I ever heard about. It was one my good friend, he had his generator and he was very proud of his generator. And so he was like, you know, he put a wall unit in his in his window, right? For AC. So he had an AC wall unit and had his generator outside. It was there all night. He had the gas, everything was there. And him and his old lady and his kids, they were doing pretty good. They had the AC pumping in their house, just a little bit they had from the wall unit, right? So what happened was, it got around about 3 in the morning, and what the thieves did that came for his generator, they came out there with a cheap lawnmower, turned it on right next to the generator, and unplugged his generator and rolled on and left the lawnmower running. So all that, it was still running. It was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like he came outside, like, man, my AC off. Like, what's going on with my generator? And he see a old raggedy lawnmower there. So like people get desperate, like, they get desperate, they get tired of being in the eight. Like, I got a generator now, you know what I'm saying? And it's sweet. You feel me? But if you have a generator, make sure it's locked down, chain it down. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that somebody just can't come. Make sure you got one of big, thick chains around it and it's secure, because you will be got. You will be got. I don't care where you live, white, black, you know what I'm saying? People get desperate if somebody in the neighborhood that don't have the money or their generator done went bad, and they will try to, they ain't no try to steal. They were stealing generators that was along the train track. That's how bad people got. They got it, the train, keep the train running because they ain't had no power. Train company ain't had no power. So they was going on. They found that there was generators running along the train track, and them jokers was stealing generators from the train, bro. I mean, it's a cold world out there. It's about survival. And I was working for Sam's Club while I was going to college at the time, and I was the, I worked in, I worked in the back. That's how I learned how to drive a forklift, stand up forklift at the time. So that's how I got into distribution. You know what I'm saying? So like they would bring all the whatever, whatever. And then what happened with Sam's Club, our Sam's Club would make like a $500,000, I think, or something like that a month, or 300. It'd be like a profit. One month they made almost like I think it was like $13 million or something like that. Every time they brought, like every time they had ice coming from like Kentucky, and all I was doing at one point was just unloading ice off the trucks. It got so bad that every time I tried to go to the, like, deliver the ice on the floor on my forklift, I had human beings jumping on the forklift, you know what I'm saying, while I'm driving, trying to strip the ice, like grown women, you know what I'm saying? And grown women fighting over ice, jumped on top of the forklift while I was driving. I had to stop. I had to literally get police guards, you know what I'm saying, to take the ice from the floor. Because most of those places, they only have like maybe like, well, back then they only had probably like 5 people that knew how to drive a forklift at a time per shift, and I was first shift. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so I had to spend a whole day just unloading ice. You know, and like there was riots over ice. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and in some spaces it was so bad that they even like the water was off, and so some of the people that came in, you could smell them, and they would stink. You know, it was just like men, women, and some of these women were fine looking women, young, fine looking women. They just looked haggard because it wasn't no water or whatever it was, and a lot of those people, like I said, is terrible. Like that's why like you see a lot of middle class people in Florida. They want their own home. They got their own yard because you. That's the only way that you can kind of like you want to live comfortably. You want to have your own yard. That apartment living shit and that condominium shit. Like they even say it's like so many condominiums in Florida that the condominiums in Florida are worthless. They even had this project where they want to just knock down all the black community and build condominiums, and it's supposed to have been paradise for new paradise or something for yuppie middle class retirees or whatever the fuck, you know. Um, it never happened because these people are smart. They're like, I don't want to live in a damn box in the sky stacked on top of another person. Because once that power go out, you're gonna start realizing reality, like, you know, and then God forbid your sewage and water go off. You know, what are you gonna do then? You know, you're gonna be really, really in the bond. In a lot of those spaces, that actually happen. What's going on, LGI? Double chat the stream for the light. That's right. Yeah. So, you know, thank God I ain't in the brunt of it, but y'all can hear the wind. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but you can hear the wind like it's like, and cause I have a big tree in the back, I have I did board up one of the windows. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't want it like smashing into the window just because of the wind. Cause the winds are getting up to like 30, 30, 40 miles an hour. But yeah, uh, have a big old mango tree in the back. But yeah, it can get serious, man. So if you're in Florida, make sure you got your gym membership. Find you a gym or know a gym that's like in a business plaza. Or it ain't gotta be like LA Fitness or nothing like that. It could be like any little gym that you know that's on a grid where they got it. See, there are certain spaces in Florida where the power company is going to start taking care of them first. So that first, if you live near a school, and luckily I do live near a school, you know what I'm saying? They're going to turn that grid on first. That's a priority. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fortunate because of that. But even then, they left us out for a while. And then the local transformer that was on my block, it blew one time. You know what I'm saying? It blew one time, and the power was messed up for a while. So, it can be tough out here, man. It can be tough. So yeah, and then also FEMA comes down, and FEMA took over this park. So they had like the I'm just telling you how a lot of times how this stuff works as far as like hurricanes. So you have FEMA come to town, and you had a National Guard come, and the National Guard be like giving out water and sometimes MREs, and Halliburton was responsible for the MREs, and the MREs, the military, they was giving out the military food. The military MREs was good. They have some good food. Like for just considering, they have some good food. You know what I mean? So they was giving out MREs, 1.2. Yeah, I think he was giving everybody like 5 MREs or something like that. No, they're giving boxes of MREs. So you get like for per house, you get like a box or 2 boxes, depending on how many people in the house. MREs, and then they give you like some water. And then man, people was going to the park at night where they in the National Guard had the water outside. They was they was snatching up water. From, they were basically stealing from FEMA. You know what I'm saying? You know, they was out there. I mean, it like the thing is, it gets dirty during a hurricane because like these thieves, when they know that power out and they know them cameras not working. But see, it's a different story now. Like they got all kind of spy gear, you know, now. But and the thing about it, that's when you really gotta have your gun, protect yourself, to defend yourself. If you're a pretty woman, you know what I'm saying, make sure you have something to protect yourself in those type of situations, man. Like, remember, y'all gotta remember, even that Hurricane Katrina, it was when it was like those people that was suffering out on them bridges and stuff. It was people out there raping women, women and children. They was killing people. It was doing all kinds of shit. So that's you see, what I'm saying is like when people get in that, some people don't want to suffer. There's some people are not going to suffer. They're going to steal to like feel good. You know what I'm saying? They'll do whatever. You know what I'm saying? People become very animalistic during these type of times. So if you're home, lock and you going through whatever you're going through, if you're living in Georgia and your lights are off and you got access to internet and you listen to my voice, or if you're in Tampa, you know, for the first day or two, people are gonna be kind of civil, but let it go longer than a week where the power's off. And um, see, right now, just like in 2004, it was an election year. So George Bush was on his job. George Bush sent no National Guards down here, and they made sure that nobody went without food. You know what I mean? Nobody went without water. You know what I mean? Because George Bush wanted to get elected, and I think it was like a few months before the election when it hit. So they wanted to make sure that everybody felt good about George Bush, and I can say they did a very very good job as making sure that everybody had basic needs. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine the people don't. And like for myself, I learned from that, and I bought some storage food. So I have like a 25-year storage food. Um, they get me like 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Like give you like 2 months of food. Like it's like what you all gotta do is like add water to it. You feel me? So that hurricane a beast out there. So y'all be careful. Gotta be careful out there, man. Yeah, be careful out there. But like I tell you, when I tell you about your survival, understand that you must protect yourself. When those lights go completely out, anything can happen as far as human beings. People will freak out. People are gonna be in the house, especially in the South in Florida. Like people are gonna be in the house, and it's even worse living. Like I live along the coast, so we always have we have a little breeze. And sometimes the breeze don't blow all the time, you know. Um, and it just be hot. Sometimes some nights it'd be like 90 degrees, and the heat index is 105. Like I was walking one night from the gym, and I was like, "What's going on?" and the heat index was like 111, 105. It was something. And I was like, why am I so hot? I mean, I was just completely hot. And the heat index was in the hundreds, at like 100 and something degrees. So imagine being in your home with no AC, mosquitoes don't come in your house because you don't walked outside to kind of cool off a few times. It's cooler outside, you know. And then you want to lay in your bed, and then you lay in the bed get hot because your body heat, you laying in 90 degrees at night, and then your body heat is heating up the bed to 90, 97 or 90, what is it, 98.6 degrees. You know what I'm saying? So you're heating the bed up, you're moving around, friction, you know what I'm saying? And now you're aggravated. You can't cover, like, can't put a cover over you. Mosquito done came in your house. You know what I'm saying? It's in your room. It's tearing your ass up all night. You know what I mean? You can't make your way to the bathroom. You know what I mean? And this is like a week out. This is like a week out. Like, if you're like, okay, you got your generator, cool. Go to the gas station. Motherfucker, you go to the gas station. It's damn near. It's like it's damn near. It's some of the gas stations like blocked like a mile long. And then you go to the gas station, then like we ran out of gas. We ran out of gas. We ran out of gas. And we're like, what? This is what's fucked up. This is what's really messed up about the hurricanes. Now, one hurricane that tore Georgia up, you know, and another hurricane coming, tearing up Florida. So the truck drivers, they're already trying to do their best to bring gas to Georgia because people need gas. People need gas for their generators. You know what I mean? And then you try to go to the gas station, and then it's a mile long. It's some big redneck truck with the Dixie flag on it. You know what I'm saying? And he got a Ford F-250. You know what I'm saying? Well, that takes diesel, but he got some big old Ford like me. I got a big old truck too. But yeah, like my truck take 44 gallons of gas. And it's a bunch of these motherfuckers. Like the men that know how to survive, they usually have trucks. They gonna have like big ass truck. They gonna hog up all the fucking gas. Then they're gonna have a fucking then they're gonna have the gas cans. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a truck. They can safely transport gas in a safer way than you can with your little car. And you gonna have your little gas can, and that little gas is only gonna give you like maybe like 5 hours of power to one appliance, to like your AC, to your A. The only thing you want to turn on is your fucking AC and maybe your refrigerator or something like that. You know what I mean? Or your stove. You know, that's it. So like hurricanes are messed up. Actually, going through a hurricane can be very. It's an adrenaline rush when it's happening. It's like, oh man, the lights done went out. Wow. And then that wind be blowing. So you don't feel the wind blowing, so it's not hot. It ain't gonna be hot. It ain't gonna be no like mosquitoes in your house or no shit like that. Then they came in and nothing. The wind blowing too damn fast for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like cool. You can actually get a lot of enjoyment from watching a hurricane and its destruction. You know what I'm saying? It's when that shit over. It's like then your power ain't on. And then you're just looking like a fool, like, damn. And then like, all right, I got my generator, but how much gas do you have? Are you gonna be able to get gas? Cause Big John the redneck with his big Ford F-150 triple XL with a 50-gallon with 50 gallons, he done filled up 50 gallons, and his brother and his cousin, you know what I'm saying? And then I come along too, because I got the same type of truck, and I'm filling my shit up. And then you coming in with your little Ford Taurus or whatever fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's torture. I'm telling y'all war stories. You know, back when I was a NAM in 1972, Charlie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know. But the main thing I can tell you, like, cheap hacks though, freeze you some bottles of water, get you some, like, go get that distilled water or spring water from the grocery store that costs like $1.50. You know, put a few of them in the freezer. You know what I mean? Put them in a cooler or something like that. You know, have you some solid ice. Ice is king. You know, the one thing you can, like, the thing is that people are going without power. I tell you, the main thing in the summertime, because it's when these hurricanes hit, you're going to be like, I need something cold. And I can't tell you, like, the nights, the only pleasure I got, and this is like 20 years ago, literally. We're in St. It's 20 years almost to the day now. Yeah, I think it came around. I know one came, it may have came around October or September. So it's been more than 20 years. So 20 years ago, I was one of the things I enjoyed was like getting a water bottle that was frozen, and then, like, you just, like, put it on your forehead. You know what I'm saying? Put it like the ice on your, like, put like a ice, put like some cold, something that's cold on your forehead to cool you off, and that's like gives you pleasure. And then one person told me, said, "Oh, because blood travels a lot through your wrist, you can put the uh, the cold bottle of ice. You know what I'm saying? Near your wrist and cool your body down. I don't know how true that is, but yeah. And then, like, you know, it's one of those times, like, you do enjoy, like, now. And this is what you can do if you water on, because it'll be hot because you ain't got no AC. You're gonna start enjoying cold showers. You enjoy cold showers for a while, right? Like I did, but um, eventually you want some hot water. You don't want to take a hot shower. You know what I'm saying? It's just like over like a few days, like you do a cold shower here and there, but like you want, like, after a while you gonna want, you know what I'm saying? You are gonna get that feeling. I need to take me a hot ass shower. You know what I'm saying? And that's where your gym come in. You know, have a gym membership. Gym memberships will save you. You know what I mean? Gym memberships are very, like, LA Fitness is a good gym to join because it's like um, they're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Gold's Gym, I don't know about Gold's Gym, it'd be spaced out, but LA Fitness is almost in every city around the country. You know what I mean? And you can go there. You know what I'm saying? Take you a hot shower. You know what I mean? You be in the gym. You know, work out. But if you want to work out, but they have the AC pumping. You know what I'm saying? It ain't much, but it's like you feel a lot more. You get modern, amenities or whatever. You know. And then what you're gonna do? This is another thing. This is how hurricanes fuck your head up. So what you want to do? You be like, damn, it's hot as fuck in this bitch. I'm talking about South Florida. So this was South Florida people and, like, Caribbean people, like, from the islands. They would identify with this shit, you know. but because it get hot at night. So what you would do, you'd be like, shit, this a bad habit. Oh man, let me go get in my car and just drive around. And you drive around, what you do? You turn your AC on blast. So you had to put your AC on blast, driving around, and you feel good. Like you've got that cold feeling all over your body. You don't have your AC on blast. But your gas, like I said, that gas is gonna fuck you up. That's the gas is what's gonna get you. So we'll wind back to what I told y'all. If you own a home in the South, it's cool to have uh, gas because gas connected to your house and a gas generator. Why? Because you don't have to go out while everybody else out there fighting over gas. You can basically be running your whole house off burning gas. If you have a gas line, so you could run your whole house off of it, and the bill ain't gonna be that. It ain't gonna be terrible. You know what I'm saying? So you have like basically it runs off like gas, heat as a generator. The dude ran his whole house. He's like, bro, I ain't even like shit, nigga. We had how I'm watching cable. Like everybody was going through their struggles and shit like that. Like I ain't got no problems. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying the gas line until like they start putting all the power lines underground in Florida, having a gas line with a gas generator. And like I said, by the time you get the rebates from the gas company, you're gonna only pay like what 2,000 some odd dollar like generator. You're gonna pay like maybe like $400 out of pocket or something like that. And now you got you a whole generator. You ain't gotta run to the gas station. You ain't gotta worry about trying to like turn on the generator, having it loud as hell while you outside or whatever. You gonna have power. You have power. You know what I'm saying? You got all your shit running. You know what I mean? Um, and everybody else looking crazy because your gas is being fed underground to your generator. Whereas everybody else, they got the gas powered generator. They gotta go to the gas station. They gotta wait in line. And some of the, like I say, some of those lines could be a mile long. When see in 2004, when that hurricane hit this part of South Florida, it hasn't been hit like that in a long, long time. And like I say, our club, Sam's Club at the time, Walmart, it was fully operational. There was no structural damage to the building. The building totally survived. It was the roof was in good shape. Everything. We was ready for business. You know what I'm saying? So what they did was what Walmart did. They sent two tractor trailers down that were generators. The whole tractor trailer was a generator. You know what I'm saying? And it ran our club, and so our club was like one of the few clubs that were open. And what happened was because we was one of the few stores open, we was open to the public, and those lines were, from what I heard, was like sometimes 2 miles long to just even get into the store. You know what I'm saying? That's why the money was so thick. You know what I'm saying? Because people was coming from like Fort Lauderdale. You know what I'm saying, to get groceries and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they just kept those trucks coming and coming, and like, and I'm a young man at the time, and we was just like getting those shit off the fork. We're like on a forklift, and all fucking day. They had the older dudes. They was in their 30s and 40s. You know what I'm saying? They was like doing the more advanced shit because they've been doing it 20 years. But my thing was running shit back and forth. And as soon as I dropped the whole pallet, that shit disappeared. The whole pallet, that shit disappeared. All fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Shit was just, as soon as we taking shit off the truck, gone. Bring a whole truck of ice, gone. Waiting for another truck. Truck come out, gone. You know what I'm saying? We could bring water out, gone. Sodas out, gone. You know what I'm saying? I never seen people just buy up shit like that. And like those cashiers back then, they had to be the best cashiers ever because they was getting people in and out of there. Like, they was getting people in and out of there like with no problem. You know what I'm saying? It was getting them in and out of there. But like what they had to do, they had to actually get, like I said, the police department the police had to come take over the damn store because it was starting to become riots up in there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know, like I don't think things are that bad anymore. I haven't been in those situations, but like what happened to Katrina, um, a few of the people because we experienced. I was gonna go, and the manager was like, "Oh, he went there. He talking about, hey, you a young man, you be traumatized with some of the stuff you see out there. Talking about there's dead bodies and all this crazy shit, and you know." And I'm like, I'm still thinking. He said it ain't. It was like, nah, bro, it ain't nothing fun out there. It's nothing fun out there. It was just all desolation, and just like, um, I can imagine that shit, you know, because I saw like how society almost broke down because people became desperate, and it's just like this hurricanes and shit like that will break people down. Like you certain women you'll see, like always smelling good, looking good, got the hair done, and then imagine going like 6 weeks without. Some of these people didn't even have water. You know what I'm saying? 6 weeks, and like I'm in the store, and some of these women, and they're like, I knew feels when they looking good, they got the shape, they're young, and they stink, and it ain't their fault. You know. Luckily, I live in like one thing about my area. Shit, the water never go off. The water, our water is good. Our water never goes off, and shit, I never had a day where I had to go without washing myself. You know what I'm saying? Because like you go a day, not a day, but if you go like too long without washing, and I wash my body every day. Like if you live in Florida, you're gonna have to wash your ass. Like I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? Because the humidity, you gonna sweat. You gonna have to give you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to see that water at least twice a day. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, oh, I'm just taking one shower. Nah, you got to see you got to meeting with that shower at least twice a day, bro. You know what I mean? And like I told you, you know, those mosquitoes, they're attracted to foam, humans sweat and shit like that. And you just in the house and ate the fuck up by mosquitoes. You know what I mean? And they're pitch black. And I'm gonna end it with this because I know I've been giving y'all this Great Depression type shit. The thing about it, I remember it was the 6th week, and I was like, God, I was praying to God. I said, God, I was like, Lord, like in the movies with that sad music, Lord, remember us in our struggles, God. God, please turn the power on, Lord. God, please. And then it was like 3 in the morning, and I'm trying to sleep because I gotta get up and go to work. It's like 3 in the morning. I'm in the room, pitch black, and next thing you know, I hear the AC in my house go on, my bedroom light go on, and I hear people literally screaming, Hallelujah! It was people screaming hallelujah, praise God. Yes. It was like the Super Bowl. Everybody in this town, like, yeah, I heard all my neighbors screaming for joy at 3 in the morning that the power done came on. And man, and when that AC start to cool your house, and you know, and then like you can go to the refrigerator and get ice later that day and all of that, you be like, thank God for electricity, bro. Like it is rough without electricity. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing, it's kind of romantic to sit out there by the fire. And that's the only thing about the hurricane. It's like, see, in Florida, like mosquitoes are everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And like the closer you are to the coast, the less they are. So the mosquitoes are not bad in my area, but like people that live like in Belglade, Pahokee, they got big ass mosquitoes, and you know what I'm saying. And people that live out there in what they call the muck, it's like they got big ass mosquitoes. Like you go out there, you're gonna get bit. Like we used to go to football games out there in Belglade. We was on a football team out there playing football on the field, fighting fucking mosquitoes, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember their quarterback he supposed to have been like his quarterback supposed to have been his big shot. I knocked the hell out of his ass and got a fumble out of him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. When the power came on, it was fire. What's going on, Nisa B? Oh, Nisa B, she from your lights off too. You supposed to be deep in Miami. What you doing with your lights off? You must live like on the what you must live on the west coast of Florida then. Yeah, shout out to Nisa B. I thought I had you as a moderator. Huh? Let's see. But see, you don't be showing up, so I bless you again. I don't know. Like I don't remember removing your moderator sticker, so I don't know how it disappeared unless you're on another chat page. Bama girl, what's going on? Yeah, I'm in the midst of the hurricane. Like luckily my power it went off for a little while. It's back on. Thank God. But I was over here telling people the horror stories. You know what I'm saying? Like when that power off, see, I think she from Miami, so she know about it how that shit go. That shit there. That power be off, man. That shit is a beast. You know what I mean? Like my dad spent a lot of time doing construction, welding, you know what I'm saying? He was a mechanic, you know what I mean? He did a lot of different type of trades. So, when it came down to like hurricanes and stuff, you know, carpentry, plastering. So like when hurricanes and stuff came, we had a real my dad was a real man. Like we had all kind of tools and things that we could use, you know what I'm saying, like I said, we had it a lot easier, you know, with him. A lot easier than a lot of people. So, but like we boarded up our house. Um, we had scaffolding, um, to board up the windows that were like high up and everything like that. So, we were very, very fortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like I was very fortunate the way I grew up. You know, very fortunate. But yeah, when that power comes on, like, man, y'all gonna be like so like the people in Georgia when they power come on, they're gonna be so happy, bro. Like, trust me, you don't know what you missing until that shit turned off. Like you don't like you really don't know what you missing when it comes to a hurricane when your lights turned off. Your lights to turn off for like three. They give it like the first week you'll be like, I could get through this. You be like, but that second week when you feel like, damn, the second week done went on and you ain't got no power in your home. And thank God that's only happened maybe like once or twice in my life. You know what I'm saying? But that second week, but in 2004 we went almost 6 weeks without power. Like that hurricane did so much damage. The Hurricane Frances literally was 115 miles an hour, which wasn't as strong of a hurricane. But what happened was it set over the eye of Francis, set right over Florida set right over West Palm Beach for 24 hours. So it set over our city for 24 hours. So it, you know, it was like, yeah, if it was moving through, it wouldn't have been nothing. But it stayed over us for 24 hours. It's the weirdest. Like we've had like Hurricane Wilma come through at Category 4. We done ran into Category 4s before, but they'd like zip right through. They only been here for it'd be like they'd move through like say they're doing like 20 miles an hour or 25 miles an hour. It moves through. Once it moves through, you know what I'm saying? It's like when 1 hour, it's like out there near Okeechobee. You know what I'm saying? Or like say hour and a half is out there near Okeechobee or so. You know? So it's like it don't move through. And you only get like one section. So like another thing about hurricanes, it's like whatever section is they're in sections. So there's some hurricane like certain sections of the hurricane, you can get hit with a Category 4, but it's all about the angle you got hit, right? So it's all about the angle that you get. I think the northern, like when you're in the northern part of the hurricane, I think that's the worst. The southern part, you know what I'm saying? The southern part is like the weaker part, you know what I'm saying? But the northern part over the eye, I think that's the worst part to be in. You know what I'm saying? It's the worst part. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Color for me. Color for me. Shout out to all the new people that's popping up. How you been doing, Latanya? Latanya been rocking out with me for a minute. Nisa has too. Nisa's from the black sector. Yeah, Nisa from the black sector. I'm from the black sector too, but because I ain't come up through them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like I like the thing about it. The first space I'll say that everybody's familiar with is the black sector that I was like in dealing with. That was like in like it's like I didn't even know it was a thing. So I was over there with Uncle Suge, Uncle Black, and you know what I mean. And then the thing about it is, then like with Uncle Black, he was covering Nature Boy, and because I've been part of the conscious community. Nature Boy was a new person from the conscious community that came out. So he popped up in a space that I was already in and familiar with, very familiar with. You know what I'm saying? So like he came in like that, like Nature Boy came up through. Um, he came up on the coattails of people like Dr. Sabi. You feel me? So like that vegan community is the vegan community. the vegan conscious community. You know what I'm saying? I was very familiar with that community. You know what I mean? Through a lot of people that I know, and they were big on Facebook too. You know what I'm saying? Like the vegan community. And then my friend Star Marie, she went viral in 2015 with that video with Dr. Sabi. You know what I mean? And so, I done talked to Dr. Sabi's son and all that. And then how Nature Boy came out, he came out clout chasing Dr. Sabi and said Dr. Sabi was wrong and all this type of shit. And so we want to know who the hell this nigga was talking about Dr. Sabi. So that's how, you know, I found out about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you saying about Dr. Because I felt like back then, Dr. Sabi, nigga, he could cure, the common cold, you know. And he even claimed, I think he even claimed that he could, you know. But in truth, a lot of that stuff with Dr. Sabi was selling, it was not what it was. The guy in the conscious community, but conscious community, I said not conscious sector, but a conscious community that was really like a healer and knew what the hell he was doing. I don't think he even do it no more, but his name was Dahudi Matra. And he was like this nerd dude. He was part of the Nation of Islam. And he had some great, great products. He has something called Acid Buster. And man, like, if you feeling acidic, your body hurting or whatever, you take one of those herbal concoctions that he had. Shit, man, you wake up feeling like a whole new human being. And one day he got hooked up with Alexis K. Tyler, the lady that do Pussy Power and all that. And she basically said she took something and her face swole up. And after that, I never heard anything from Dahudi Matra. But I always had good karma with his stuff. So you was a mod for years too? Oh yeah, you was oh yeah. I was over there, Uncle Black. I got my first subs from Uncle Black, probably around about 2017. Like, yeah, I got my first subs over there. From him and Uncle Claudiva come from Uncle Black. You know what I'm saying? So Claudiva come from her. Yeah. And I was introduced to like Claudiva by my friend. I said, "Oh, this girl named Claudiva be going live from the same space." That's why you see like certain people from the black sector, like Queen's Throne, I say Miss Queen Throne, Misunderstood, Suge. It's a few of them. They are intertwined with the conscious sector. You know what I'm saying? They intertwine with it. You must have changed your name color for me. But yeah, y'all. Just let y'all know that we got some power issues. Hopefully the power don't go off. Yeah, shout out to Nisa B. She said her power was completely off and she liked to play video games. I know that suck. You know what I'm saying? Shit, look like you were playing Tetris on your phone tonight. Shit. All right, y'all. I guess we did enough about the storms. But yeah, make sure when these lights are off, ladies, if the lights are off in a hurricane, any kind of natural disaster, lock your doors, protect yourself. You know what I mean? Weirdos are out here. Thieves are out here. I almost got robbed in my home. Like, nigga, a motherfucker almost... Let me stop cursing. Person almost came to my house and, almost person was coming down to come through the door. They was trying to come through the door. And you know, when you got that, let me just say it like this: when you can defend yourself, if somebody you feel like somebody's breaking in your door, your house, you let them know. Don't stand directly in front of the door because they can try to shoot you through the door. You let them know. You know what I'm saying? You let them know like I'm armed. You know what I'm saying? Like what they did like in in the military say thunder or we will fire on you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't say lightning, yeah. If you don't say lightning, thunder, or whatever, like whatever it is, we gonna fire on you. Hey, listen, you gotta let them know that you're armed, even if you ain't got nothing. Front like you do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody trying to come to your house, like listen, protect yourself. If the lights are off, you know what I'm saying? Stay inside a door or something like that. You might got a butcher knife or something like that. Protect yourself. Might have to do a ninja creep on them. You know what I'm saying? Something. But you gotta protect yourself. Like it's a life or death situation, and there's some animals out here, some human beings that are animals. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these type of situations, and they will take advantage of people they feel are weak and vulnerable, man. You know what I mean? And they don't care about single mothers. They don't care about, uh, people. The more vulnerable you are, the better for these people, these predators, in these type of situations. You got to protect yourself. You got to protect yourself. Don't be afraid to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's a dog eat dog world when they like this civilization is electricity. I'm just let y'all know. When that them lights are off and people breaking in your home. And in Florida, we have castle laws. So somebody breaking your home, you pretty much have rights to do anything to them if they can prove they broke in your home. And breaking into a person's home is life in prison. That's life. That's a whole L. So for those that are thinking about they finna go raid people's homes, you will get life in Florida for breaking like you ain't gonna get no numbers. They ain't gonna give you no football player number. They ain't gonna get 88 years. No, you're gonna get a whole life sentence. Life. So, don't play with people. You know what I'm saying? If you're going through it, seek help. You know, FEMA will probably be that. If your area is really jacked up, I'm pretty sure FEMA will be there. You know what I mean? Do what you can to get up with FEMA, government services or something if you ain't got no food or, your home been destroyed or whatever. But it's like a lot of vendettas and stuff. It was a lot of people down here. When the hurricane came, it's a lot of people they was, things happened to them, man. Things happened to them. Right now, the police depend on so much on technology and surveillance and stuff like that. Like they're not the detectives from like 20 years ago you know, that didn't have, didn't, a camera. What's a camera? You know what I'm saying? A digital camera. They didn't have all that, you know. But like now they got it like these cops. Everything's computerized. Put it in the computer. Can do the AI, whatever, whatever. And now it's like when the lights go off, protect yourself. Lock your doors. Put something in front of your door. You know what I'm saying? If you're in your room, have you something to guard yourself. You know what I mean? Because you don't know who or what will try to pop up in your house, or who or what has been plotting on you, and they're looking for the right opportunity to take whatever they're looking to take. You know, and make no excuses about protecting yourself. None. You know what I mean? That don't mean you go crazy and think anybody, your family member, could come to your home or whatever. But y'all kind of get the drift, like, you know. And also don't be so gun happy, you know what I mean? Because it could be a family member coming because they can't call you. They can't call you. So it's like come up with a code, with your family when they come over, stuff like that, where y'all can communicate. Yeah, be safe. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and be blessed. Smash that like button on the way out. Shout out to all the new people, new subscribers that have subscribed today. I see y'all. And people that are coming through. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bama Girl and Bobby Green, Biff, LGI up in the building, Need for Speed, um, Dealing News. That's the car man. Robin Williams, Latanya, and Daniel Sports. All of this that chatted tonight. I appreciate y'all.